guys next time. My name is Phil, and of all of the release information that's come out of Games Workshop today, the 12th of July 2021, the most interesting is this one. And it's not that I think it's going to get snapped off the shelves like the Orcs, and it's not that, obviously, actually, Kill Team came out Saturday, but obviously, Kill Team's been a little bit controversial. And we've had the Age of Sigmar different box sets, which I think were a little underwhelming. And this is just interesting for a completely different reason. And as we scroll down, I'll talk about it when we get there. So this is the Grey Knight Castellan Crowe, and his Haunted Sword returned with an awesome new model. So let's get right to it. Got some pretty little artwork of Castellan Crowe, and here is the new model. Pretty tasty looking. Obviously he's risen up on a base, so he comes with a moulded base, which I think they've stolen from AOS, really, to be perfectly honest with you, because things like Stormcast Eternals have been coming with their own moulded bases for a long time. He's a pretty good looking model. He's got a lot of detail on him. I'm not entirely convinced that I like his sword. I prefer his helmet to his face, but his face obviously is sort of slightly gaunt and drawn in. I think that's just the way they've painted it to make it look that way. But, you know, he looks harrowed to a degree. But obviously he is a Grey Knight and he has seen some things in his time. Here's the original with his sword, and obviously I say obviously, this looks to me to be probably a resin miniature. You can see the way it's sort of put together, and he's got his hands close to his chest, and the way it's moulded, that, you know, they didn't have the ability or didn't like to do as expressive as this. And here you can see the sword now, the Black Blade Antwer, or Black Blade of Antwer, excuse me. I don't know if I like this sort of purple demonish flames coming off it or not, to be perfectly honest with you. I think from this angle that just looks a bit chunky. From this angle it looks quite nice, but overall not entirely convinced. But what I did want to talk about, and what becomes really clear when you look at this picture here, is how big he is. He is, I would think, the same size as a Primaris Marine. I don't think he is Primaris. I'm pretty sure he's still an original generation Marine. He's just got a new sculpt, and with the new sculpt they've decided to make him, I suppose, true size would be the word. Now the problem with that is, of course, is that even if you exclude his base, look at the size of his feet, the size of the feet down here, the size of his legs, the size of the legs down here, and you can actually measure him. If you go and have a look at this, you can measure him, and he towers above these guys, partly because they're slightly squat, but he also towers above this other character chap here as well. And so you've got this situation whereby you've got your Grey Knight purifiers, and they're a plastic kit. We can click on here. There they are. These are the Grey Knights I've got for a Kill Team, actually. I've got 5 of these. They must have come in a box with 5 of them at one point. But they are your classic short, stumpy Space Marines, whereby their bodies are a little bit too short and they're just, the proportions aren't quite right. And with the new Crowe, they've got his proportions sorted out, but these guys will then all look horribly stunted and squished up compared to him. They'll look wrong. Unless they can give us completely new Grey Knight sculpts, not going to happen, I don't think. I don't see. It's just going to look funny. It's going to look odd. Basically, it's interesting. It's interesting in a way that it could be promising, in that you've got this character model who is clearly it might be a Grey Knight, but he's still a Space Marine, and he's of the first generation. But he's got a new sculpt. He's in his sort of true size, true scale, whatever you want to call him. But if they don't do everything else the same way, you're going to get a clash between the size of your Grey Knight soldiers, your purifiers, or whatever else you've got there. Probably on your Terminators as well, because I bet your Terminators are all squat as well. And that guy. That guy's just going to look all wrong on your battlefield, because he just won't match the rest of your army. Fairly great looking model. It's got plenty of detail on him. You know, you look at all this detail, and it brings me in mind of some of the guys from Indomitus, like the captain or the lieutenant, or even any of the Blade Guard people. Oh, and actually the chaplain, because he's got the book. Pretty sure the chaplain's got a book on his back. But that's it. He looks Primaris, and that's just a bit weird. And I'm not sure how I think about that. I've not got a Grey Knights army anyway. I've got 5 Grey Knights for Kill Team, because I thought it would be a cool thing to try and field in Kill Team, and I'm looking forward to the new Kill Team rules to see how I can field them. I think a lot of comments have probably been made about it. I'm sure he's going to have some fantastic rules in the Codex to make you buy him, because let's be honest, they want to sell him, and they want to sell him in droves, and people are crying out for the Grey Knights Codex, which is coming soon. Be interested to hear your thoughts. Always happy to read your comments and comment back if you want to open up a conversation about it. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and come back and join us for the next video next time.